So I part of the reason why I love that we are doing this, you and me, is because I think that I don't probably have a single song on here that you have.
That's probably very true.
My style is very much R&B heavy, very heavy in the R&B department. I also it's very modern. Not totally modern, but it's decently modern. So I'm just gonna jump into it real quick. So my number one aisle song, and this song, literally just thinking about this song makes me so emotional.
Lay it on me.
I'm like tears running down my face.
Amani's lashes are at her lips.
I'm getting like glassy eyed just Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Tea with Mon Amie. Today, I am back with Megan Autry. Hi, Megan.
I'm back.
And
hello.
Megan has come back today to help me rate wedding songs.
Yes.
All sorts of wedding songs. So I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, this will be fun. Thank you for having me back. I think we're going to start rating things, right?
Yeah. So basically, Megan and I both have created lists of wedding songs by event in the wedding. So we have some of the same ones and then we have some different ones. So we're going to start off first by talking about the ones we have the same, which the first one is going to be the aisle song. So Megan, guests go first.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. It's been a while. Okay, so I have a couple different ones for the bridal party and the bride. When I first thought about this, I thought of all the movies and TV shows in my head where there were wedding scenes. And the first one that came to my mind was, if for any fans of The Office out there, when Pam and Jim get married, they do that like montage, or not a montage, but they do the dancing.
Yes, when they do it to, was it Forever?
Forever by Chris Brown. Yeah, what's that called? I can't think of the name.
Flash? No, it's not a flash mob. It was
a flash mob. Yeah,
it was a
flash
flash
mob. So they do that down the aisle and to Forever by Chris Brown, and that's like the first thing that popped in my head. So that's like the number one thing on my list. And then in Glee, they did the same thing to Marry You by Bruno Mars.
Yes.
So I thought those were both really cool, really creative. And then to get into ones that are a little more traditional. So What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. That's always really nice. And then Over the Rainbow by Israel. And I've looked up how to pronounce this last name so many times, and I still can't do it. Kawiu. I think everyone knows what I'm talking about.
You tried your best.
And that was really, really terrible.
It was. So let's just call him Israel for the sake of not.
Israel K, like he's a Bachelor contestant.
Yeah. We're going to call him Israel.
Israel. And then At Last by Etta James is another great one. And my two favorites, though, because my style is very traditional, Pucklebell's Canon. That's the really popular, procession song. And then the bridal chorus for the bride, which is traditionally known as Here Comes the Bride. I don't know. I know they're overplayed. I know that everyone uses them, but there is something that I just really love about the tradition behind it. Mm-hmm. So that's my fave.
Okay. So part of the reason why I love that we are doing this, you and me, is because I think that I don't probably have a single song on here that you have.
That's probably very true.
My style is very much R&B heavy, very heavy in the R&B department. I also, it's very modern. Not totally modern, but it's decently modern. So I'm just gonna jump into it real quick. So my number one aisle song, and this song, literally just thinking about this song makes me so emotional.
Lay it on me.
I'm like tears running down my face.
Amani's lashes are at her lips.
I'm getting like glassy eyed just thinking about it. But my number one is Die With You by Beyonce. Have you ever heard that song?
Oh, I have not.
Oh, look at my eyes getting glassy.
I know.
It is,
I'm gonna start crying because you're gonna start crying.
it is so beautiful. The I don't think a lot of people, so she never fully released that song.
You really are tearing up right now.
Yeah, because I love it. Because it's so like, I've also had a really hard day.
Oh, Monty. We'll talk about that later.
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But this song.
Well, play it for me because you can't play it for the
No,
for
I'm
audience.
just gonna read some of the lyrics.
Oh,
because
that's smart.
The song wasn't released. You have to find it like that. I have seen it at 2 weddings. Them use it, and the audio. She posted this video of her playing this song on the piano, and of course it was dedicated to Jay-Z. Hello. But the way she sings it, it's so light. Like she doesn't use her full range.
Oh, that's really
to sing
awesome.
it, and it's so quiet.
Yeah.
And so part of the
which makes it more emotional.
Exactly. And the whole song is maybe like a minute long. Like it's a really short song. And so part of this, so I'm going to just read these lyrics real quick because it's my number one. So she says, I don't have a reason to cry and I have every reason to smile and I don't have a reason to lie when you're already reading my mind. And I don't have a reason to be if I can't be with you. And then she says, and I don't need air in my lungs if I can't sing your song. No, I don't need these hands if I don't get to keep you warm. And I don't really need myself if I don't need you.
Wow.
Oh,
wow. Oh my God. That's so beautiful.
Uh-huh. She goes on. She says, I wake up to sleep with you. I open my eyes so I can see with you. And I live so I can die with you.
Oh my God, I want to love somebody like that.
And that's why I think it makes me so emotional because I'm like, the way between the power behind what she's saying and the way she sings it, the 2 times I saw somebody walk down the aisle to that song, I lost it. I was just like, a mess.
Oh my God, that's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So that is my number one. My number 2 is Blessed by Daniel Caesar, which is another low-key amazing song where he basically is just saying the whole chorus is like, yes, I'm a mess, but I'm blessed to be stuck with you, which I think is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So High by John Legend is my number 3. That is a very popular wedding song. Yeah. I have heard that at a lot of weddings. So I just think it's such a good song.
Oh, he's just such a wonderful artist. I've been on a John Legend kick lately.
Yes.
Well, mainly because I listened to his Christmas album, Legendary Christmas, on repeat since the beginning of October. And he just has such a beautiful voice.
It's crazy. John Legend makes songs for people that love other people.
Yeah.
Can't relate.
Yeah, me either.
So, number 4 is God Bless the Broken Road by Rascal Flatts. Probably one of the only country songs you'll see on here. But my parents...
I'm really surprised by that.
Well, my mom walked down the aisle to that song.
Oh.
And my mom remarried, and it was just I think if the lyrics of that song apply to your life, I could not think of a better song.
Yeah, it's a beautiful song.
It's so beautiful. So that's my number 4. Don't hold me to that country thing. It's just I know.
I'm just like, all right, let's fire up the country tunes.
I think I have a couple more, but you're not going to see a ton on my list. And then I have Lost Without You by Robin Thicke, which I think is a good song in certain parts. Never Would Have Made It by Tiana Taylor, and Back at One by Brian McKnight. So
I
have quite a few on there.
I already know how this is gonna go. Mine's gonna be really like lame and traditional, and yours is gonna be like super awesome. And I don't know if I want to continue doing this.
So I love all of those traditional songs. But when I was making this list, I was kind of thinking like things I've seen a lot, and obviously like a lot of my friends that I have, or my family, that's weddings I've been to are very similar to me. So we have a lot of the same song choices. So it was that, and it was just kind of like things that I would want at my wedding.
Yeah. And I think for me, naturally, I just love classic wedding music.
Exactly. Yeah. And I mean, If you didn't get from the celebrity dress picking.
Oh my gosh, it's so funny. Well, I was telling Amani before we got started that back when Prince Harry and Meghan Markle got married, I made this giant royal wedding playlist on my phone so I could pregame the wedding. And it's all just like your traditional classic songs. And I jam out to that playlist like on a weekly basis. I love like, I mean, like if I could actually, this is a really good day. I'm going to set Shout as my alarm when I wake up in the morning.
Oh my God.
Just like constant wedding music all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. What's our next category?
So our next category is
do you just want to go in order of so next would be you have something that I don't have, the entrance into the reception, right?
No. Let's go with the ones we have because I said that we're going to go with the ones we have. So I'm going to have to take that part out.
Okay, that's fine. You can take that part out.
So the next one that I think we both have would be the first dance song.
Okay, perfect. So I was kind of scatterbrained when I was doing my first dance song. So the first thing that I thought about was what my ideal first dance songs would be. Mm-hmm. And I mean, obviously it would change based on the person, but my all-time favorite first dance song for me is The Way You Look Tonight by Frank Sinatra, because it's one of my favorite songs. And anyone that knows me knows about my obsession with Frank Sinatra. And I just think that song is just perfect. And once again, it's very classic, very traditional wedding first dance song. And then also How Sweet It Is, but Michael Bublé's version, because it's a little more like upbeat.
Okay.
Love that one. So yeah, those. And then also LOVE, Louis Armstrong, I think is also very upbeat and positive. And I love jazz music because I love the horns. Mm-hmm. And those all have they're all heavy on the horns. Mm-hmm. So those are my top 3 favorites for myself. And then I have some other ones in here too that I'm like, ooh. So It Had to Be You by Harry Connick Jr. That song probably has the greatest intro of any song. It's so long. It's so awesome. I'm like, I don't know how you'd make it work, but it'd be a really cool first dance song. Crazy Love, Van Morrison, once again, very traditional, but also just a beautiful song. And then I have 2 kind of cliche ones that I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
So the first one, Because You Love Me, Celine Dion. Like, it is. So first of all, this is the song that my stepmom and my dad danced to for their first dance. But still, I think it's very cliche. But also kind of perfect for like when people got married in the 90s. I mean, I feel like everyone, like Celine Dion was at her all-time high in the 90s. So I think that this was everybody's first dance song. Mm-hmm. And then bringing it back around to, I think what might be considered an overplayed first dance song today, Thinking Out Loud, Ed Sheeran.
Oh my gosh, I have that too.
Yeah. The only one we both have.
And that's the same. My thought process was the same about it. I was like, what song have I heard 50 million times?
A million times. So that's kind of how my thought process was for a lot of these. It's like, okay, which ones, what are my go-to? Because working in the wedding industry, we think about our wedding all the time. Mm-hmm. It's like, what are my go-to? What are some other ones that I think would be good? And then what are some ones that I've heard constantly? Yes. Nothing. I mean, it's a beautiful song, but it is something that, I think that, Because You Love Me was like all like 90s all the time. And then Thinking Out Loud is definitely kind of that for today.
Yeah. So again, I went in a different direction. My first dance songs, my number 1 favorite song of all time that I feel like would be amazing for a first dance is My Song by Her, the artist Her. It's so beautiful. It's beautiful, but it's a little more upbeat. It's not upbeat, actually. I take it back. It's got a little bit more tempo to it. So you can dance to it. I feel like it would be really good. You know the song?
I don't know this song.
I didn't think so. Only because, I knew it wasn't anything personally. I know my 2 songs I picked for the aisle and the dance, that my number 1s were songs that really have deep meaning to me and mean something to me. Yeah, and a lot of times I feel like my music taste can be very mainstream, but it also is not in some regards. So that song, My Song by Her, is an older song by her. And her is a very popular artist right now, but it's an older song by her. So My Song is beautiful. I'm not going to get into the lyrics like I did with the last one because I can't do that for everyone. But it's really beautiful. Number 2 is Best Part by her and Daniel Caesar, which I'm sure you've heard. No?
Maybe.
You've heard it.
I'm not good with titles.
You've for sure heard it. And I'm sure a lot of people have heard it because when it came out, it was like the most popular thing. And I think people were using it at their weddings.
Okay, I've definitely heard it.
Yes, it's on the radio and everything. It's not like My Song or Die With You. Number 3 is I Have Stuck With You with Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande.
Oh, that's a really good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because
it's really sexy too.
It is, yeah, and it's just a really cute song, and it kind of gives me like a 60s kind of vibe with how they did the instrumental on it.
Yeah.
But it, of course, is Justin Bieber and Ariana Grande, so it's a little more modern, but it's a fun kind of song.
Yeah.
And then I have All of Me by John Legend, which I feel like is overplayed now.
It is, but it's
unfortunately
such a good song.
But it's a great song. Love Someone by Lucas Graham. Have you heard that one?
Yes, I've heard that one.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
It is so, so, so cute. And then I have Stick With You by Pussycat Dolls. Which I love that song. I think that one is such a funny pick, but I think it would be a really good first dance song.
Yeah, I think it would too. I think it would too.
So yeah, those are my picks, and of course I had Thinking Out Loud because I do think that one is really cheesy and kind of just overplayed.
Yeah,
but
but it's
to each their own.
Yeah, gotta love Ed Sheeran. I mean, I think he's wonderful, and his music is played across the board at weddings. So
yeah,
fabulous.
So you have.
Should we go into father-daughter dance?
Father-daughter dance. Let's talk about father-daughter dance now.
Okay. So once again, these are all songs that I'm sure everyone's heard at weddings. So for me, I did it the same way. It's like, what are songs that mean something to me? And then other ones that I think are good songs. If and when I get married, my parents are divorced, so I have my dad and my stepdad who I'll dance with for both. So I've thought very heavily about what songs I would want to dance to with both my dad and my stepdad. And my stepdad shares his love for Sinatra with me. Oh. So we watched old Sinatra movies. We watched all the specials. When I think it was Sinatra's 100th birthday. Mm-hmm. We watched all these specials on TV and. We love Sinatra. So I've got The World on a String by Sinatra that I want to dance with my stepdad too. Mm-hmm. And then my dad, he loves John Mellencamp. And so growing up, we would listen to John Mellencamp all the time. I was 10 years old. We'd be cruising down the highway, blasting John Mellencamp. So I'll dance with my dad to Pink Houses. So those two songs are really special to me. So I had to include those. And then for my other father-daughter songs, I have Unforgettable by Nat King Cole, which really is, I absolutely love that song. You Are the Sunshine of My Life, Stevie Wonder, and then My Girl by The Temptations. And then I also have two that are fantastic songs, but I think I've heard a lot. Butterfly Kisses, Bob Carlyle, and I Loved Her First, Heartland.
Aww.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Great songs. But I do feel like I've heard those. I mean, actually, all of these songs I feel like are played pretty frequently at weddings, which is why I love them.
I feel like father-daughter dance is kind of tough because there's only so many good songs you can use for father-daughter dance. It's not like there's so many songs about loving your significant other, but there's not really a lot of songs about a father loving his daughter.
Yeah.
So it is kind of, it's tough. For my list, I have number 1 is Isn't She Lovely by Stevie Wonder, minus the baby screams at the beginning of the song. So just cut those out. Because it is a baby crying at the beginning of the song. That's a great one too, yeah. I love that song. So that's why it's my number 1. Number 2 is It Won't Be Like This for Long by Darius Rucker. Have you ever heard that song?
Another country song. Of course I've heard that song. Of course I've heard that one. Are we going to go to a line dance after work?
No, we're not. Definitely not. I don't even, no. But I do love that song. Darius Rucker did good with that one.
That's a really good one too.
Mm-hmm. Number 3, I also have My Girl by the Temptations. Number 4, I have Growing Up by Macklemore, which is an interesting song. I would feel like maybe if you choreograph a dance, it would be great with that song.
Yeah.
And number 5 is Dance with My Father by Luther Vandross. But let me just say something about this song.
Hit me with it.
This song is one of the best songs of all time, period. I don't want to hear anything otherwise. But I feel like this song can be very inappropriate in some circumstances because Luther Vandross is singing about his father that has passed away.
Passed away, yeah.
So I love the song, but I think that you have to have some particular circumstance where it would make sense to have that song. Like maybe you do like a dedicated dance if your father has passed away with that song. But I have seen people do it with their fathers that are there, present and alive. And I think it's a little inappropriate.
Yeah,
but
I would agree with that.
But if you can find a way to incorporate that song, if that specific circumstance applies to you, I feel like it could be a really beautiful moment.
Yeah.
Or maybe just a moment like I don't really know, but I love the song and I think it could be a really great minute to pay tribute to your father if he has passed away and you want to do something in honor of him at your wedding, which I see people do a lot of times with their mothers or their fathers if they can't be present.
God, that'd be so emotional though.
It would be, but I don't know. I think
I feel like that would almost be too, I don't know.
Too heavy?
Yeah.
I've seen people do like certain kind of tributes or dedications to their mothers or their fathers that have passed away at their wedding. And I think for you, like, you know, my mom lost her dad when she was 6. So she only had 6 years with him. And my mom, when she got remarried, was how old was she? 34. So it was kind of like at that point, it's been 20 some odd years. Yeah. It's still an emotional time for you, but you still are you're kind of dealing with the fact that you don't have somebody present in your life that typically people do have at their wedding. So I think that if you feel in your heart that you can handle doing a tribute and you want to honor the person that way, you know, find a way to do it. I think people kind of go off of how you're feeling. And if you make it a happier thing and it's kind of like, you know, I wish that this person was here, so we're going to celebrate that part, that they're here with us in spirit. And you make it like that, I feel like people go off of that and it just becomes a really sweet, beautiful moment.
Absolutely.
But I mean, if you're sitting on the floor crying while the song is playing, you know,
it's got to be right for you. It has to work for you.
Exactly. So
it comes down to the person, you know, at the end of the day, it's your wedding and you need to make it to be, you know, whatever the sentiment level you want it to be or however you want it to be or whatever that is, it's personalized to you. And I think that's true with the first dance, with the father-daughter dance, with all of these ceremonial things that happen in a wedding. You need to make them as true to you as possible. It's, you know, it's, and that's, you're honoring yourself.
Exactly.
And it's nothing's ever wrong. You know, you can't choose the wrong song. You can't choose the wrong way to, if, you know, a family member has passed, the right or wrong way to honor them.
Exactly.
It's however you want to do it. And if you choose to do a tribute song, or if you choose to just like say a prayer in your heart, it's both are equally correct.
Exactly. And I debated on putting that in there just because of the heaviness of it. And this is more of a lighthearted podcast, but I do think it's important to acknowledge that not everybody has the stereotypical experience with their wedding due to loss or,
absolutely,
you know, there's a lot of different factors. Not everybody can have this, you know, this set kind of idea of how everything should be. So if that's the case, as Megan was saying, you know, you do what's going to make your heart happy.
Yes.
Period. That's
it's your
the
wedding.
End of the day.
It's never, nothing is wrong.
Exactly.
It's your day. Do it however you want to do it.
Exactly. So next, before we break off and talk about our different events that we have, we're going to talk about some of the most played songs at weddings. So Megan, take it away.
All right. So my most played songs at weddings, I actually, so I pulled up an article that was exactly this. the most played songs at weddings.
Mm-hmm.
Let me go back and find it. But so I have a couple, but I also think too it'd be fun to like. I mean, it's really long. It's like there I think are like 150 songs on here. But I was looking through this and I was like, oh yeah. Like if you could just truly follow this playlist and like you would get people on their feet.
Mm-hmm.
But my top ones that just came to my head before I even looked at that article. Number one, I've already mentioned it, Shout. It is such a great wedding song, and I could hear it all day, every day, and never get tired of it. I just love that song so much. Next, the YMCA is at every single wedding. I Got a Feeling by the Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
Yeah, I feel like that's like, I mean, that's in there. September, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, these are all so great. Don't Stop Believin'. Sweet Caroline, which I know you guys, if anyone wants to get Amani a present, just get her a CD with Sweet Caroline playing 25 times.
Correction, if you want me to come to your wedding, do not play Sweet Caroline.
It's Amani's favorite song.
Because the minute I hear it, I'm walking out the door.
Also, what year do I think it is that people are going to burn you a CD?
Don't get Sweet Caroline. If I hear Sweet Caroline, if I am invited to your wedding and I hear Sweet Caroline, guess what I'm doing? I'm making myself a to-go box in addition to my dinner, and I'm leaving.
Okay, so when I get married, Sweet Caroline's gonna be the first song that comes on, and I'm gonna see if Amani actually makes herself a to-go bag of food.
I hope you have some kind of charcuterie tray out, because I will make myself a doggy bag, and I will be out of there. I'll be like, perfect. I don't even have to get an Uber or anything. We haven't even started drinking.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm just gonna like randomly break out into Sweet Caroline and see what Amani does.
Oh my god.
So that is a must played song at weddings. And then Stand By Me.
Okay.
Yeah, I also have Single Ladies too, but I'm gonna talk about that when we get to a different category.
Of course, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, but that's another one. But yeah, those are my must-played songs. And then if you want to, like, looking through this, here, actually, you know what? I'll let you read through this, and then I just want you just to like look at this and just laugh.
Play that funky music.
It's such a great list, and I feel like if someone was doing a wedding on a budget, just pull this up, and you can just play through this list of songs.
Mm-hmm.
Or my royal wedding playlist. If anybody wants it, I will sell it to you for $10. Isn't it good?
Good.
Yeah. It's like, oh, yep. I've heard all of these songs. Love Shack. Like, so good.
So, I have some different ones.
Oh, wait, hold on real quick. Last one. Ignition Remix.
Oh.
Which, if you get me drunk enough, I will recite the entire thing. And I know it by heart.
Well, I had a lot of R. Kelly. However, we did cancel him. So I haven't heard R. Kelly for a while at a wedding. But so before R. Kelly was canceled, let me just tell you, I had not been to a single wedding where I did not hear Step in the Name of Love. Every single wedding. And it was almost like, and I think about it because it's been a couple of years, but it was almost like people just started doing it before they fully realized what was playing.
Yeah.
And that's how you know it's played a lot. But Step in the Name of Love, Ignition, of course, I Believe I Can Fly. All those
I Believe I Can
were
Fly.
commonly played. You know how I feel about Sweet Caroline? I won't get into it again. It's played too much. So if there's any DJs listening, just go ahead and take that off. Just take it off. Do us all a favor. We don't want to hear it anymore. We don't want to hear it anymore.
I want to hear it every day.
I also, thinking out loud, we already talked about.
Yeah.
It is played a ton. So that's really all I would say that might be a little overplayed. Yeah. So let's get into these ones that we have different events for.
All right. So different categories. Well, I'll start off by doing, I have a category of line dances.
So thank you so much for tuning in, you guys. This has been Tea with Mona Me.
So it's now that I know that Amani likes country music so much, we're going to go do some line dances. First one that I have is the Cupid Shuffle.
Who is line dancing to the Cupid Shuffle?
It's a line dance. The Cupid Shuffle is a line dance. It's a dance. You know that, right?
It is a dance.
Yeah, that's a line dance. You dance in a line.
Oh my God.
That's a line dance.
Okay. Talk about your Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah. So the Cupid Shuffle, which, I mean, I'm not a fan, but it really does get people out on the dance floor. And then I have the electric slide.
Do you know how to electric slide?
I do know how to do the electric slide.
Who taught you how to electric slide?
I think when I was a flower girl in a wedding, one of the bridesmaids did, and I haven't forgotten it. I was like a junior bridesmaid or something. It was a long time ago.
That's one of the biggest flexes you can have, honestly.
Knowing how to do the electric slide.
That is a flex for sure. That is a flex.
Yeah, so I'm going to go be doing the electric slide tonight in Costa Mesa if anyone wants to join me. And then Cotton Eye Joe. That's another one. Which, Amani, is that your favorite song?
Every time I hear that song, I want to hit my head against a wall.
It takes me back to like my elementary school father-daughter dance, or like my like dancing at events when I was really, really young. So there's like an emotional attachment to Cotton Eye Joe for me. And then last but certainly not least, I have the Macarena. I wish you guys could see Amani's face right now, because she's like, I'm never asking you to come back to do a podcast with me ever again.
You just spoke to my soul with all of those songs.
Oh,
you said, what songs will guarantee that Imani never shows up anywhere? That's the category was line dance, but in parentheses, she has songs that will keep Imani away from the event.
That's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Oh my gosh.
Giving the people what they want.
They wouldn't want that. I bring the party. I'm gonna tell you that much.
I don't think a lot of people want that at their wedding. I don't think a lot of people want those line dances.
Okay, so I have a party entrance song. So the party entrance is obviously like your wedding party when they come into the wedding.
Yeah.
So I have Good Life by Kanye West and T-Pain, which love that. Just love that whole vibe for the wedding.
Yeah.
Marry You by Bruno Mars, of course, I feel like is a great song for the party to enter into the wedding. Boot Up by Ella May. And I think that's it. I just had a couple for that one because I think that one's really hard. Oh, and Forever by Chris Brown, which
That's
I feel like
great one to enter to.
it's a good entrance song. I have entered a couple weddings at Forever.
Yeah.
By Chris Brown.
It's got that same that office energy when they do that.
It does.
Yeah.
It's just like a really cute song. I always think when you have your party enter, if the vibe of your wedding is supposed to be like really fun and upbeat, like just you're going for more of that vibe versus the more classic, like tailored kind of feel for your wedding, you want something that your bridal party or your wedding party in general, when they come in, they're going to just kill it with the dance moves.
Yeah.
So I always feel like that's so fun to watch of what they come in as, because, you know, if you've been in a wedding before, you think about that as you're going in, you're like, okay, what are we going to do when we enter this wedding? We need to come up with a routine, you know, it's so funny. It's really funny. So that was kind of the vibe I was going for that.
I cannot believe I forgot this category. Like I mean, this is a really important category. It's starting off your reception, and I'm sitting here trying to think of what songs I would use, and for the life of me, I can't think of one. It's like I'm putting so much pressure on myself to think of the perfect song right now, and I just can't seem to do it.
Mm-hmm. I think that one's definitely going to be tough. I personally probably wouldn't pick any of the ones that I picked. Because I feel like I just want my wedding party that day to come in and to really wow us with the moves.
Yeah.
I want to see some next level, some So You Think You Can Dance action on the dance floor.
I think that's a smart move.
Yeah.
One of my girlfriends, when she got married, we all walked out, you know, we all did our little cliche things. And then after she did her dance, then she did the dance with her dad. And then her and her dad did one of those things where it's like, you know, you have the dance and then the song changes. And then she got all of the bridesmaids and the groomsmen to go to the dance floor. And then everybody followed and no one left the dance floor after that. It was like perfect. People were sitting down eating for maybe 10 minutes. And then after that, every single person on the dance floor for like 4 hours. And I thought that was the perfect way to do it. It's like, get everyone to come in while you're doing the dance. And then it's just like she forgot to throw the bouquet. She forgot to do all these things. They forgot to cut the cake because everyone was too busy having fun.
Which is ideal.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the night, she was like, oh, I forgot to do all of those things. I'm like, well, who cares?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you want to set the mood for the rest of the night. And it's like, you want to have people who are high energy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So what else do you have?
Besides line dances? Let's see.
We're going to pretend like the line dance portion never happened.
So I have tossing the bouquet and tossing the garter.
Okay.
So for tossing the bouquet, one song and one song only, single ladies.
Yes, of course.
I mean, at every single wedding when they toss the bouquet, it's single ladies. There's nothing else that you can toss the bouquet to. Mm-hmm. And then for tossing the garter, which is kind of touchy for a lot of people. It's like, is it... It's still something that I think is like being traditional. So I get why people don't like it. I do, but I think some people still do it. So I thought we could talk about the songs for it. I have Hot in Here by Nelly. Pour Some Sugar on Me, and Let's Get It On, Marvin Gaye.
Oh, she's getting really cheeky.
Real cheeky. Which, I mean, it's cheeky. It's cliche. I know a lot of people feel a certain way about it, but I do. I kind of like it. So that's what I have for the bouquet and the garter.
Okay. So did you do entrance songs? Like just bride and groom entrance songs?
No, I completely forgot about the entrance.
Okay, cool. Because I have entrance songs, but I didn't know if you had already put it. So I was like, did we skip it? But okay, I have entrance songs. So my number one song, number one, it'll always be number one, is Let's Get Married Remix by Jagged Edge. You know that song?
Yes, I do.
Meet me at the altar in your white dress.
Yes. Yeah, so we were told that we can sing the songs, but we can't play them for you. So now we're bringing it out.
Yes, that song is my
we ain't
favorite.
No younger, so we might as well do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Let's get married.
I love that song.
That's such a good one.
I love that song. I jam to that song almost daily in my car. I'm like, I can't wait till I get married so I can play this song.
I love that so much. Once again, I can't believe I forgot this. I mean, this is so unlike me.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that song is crazy. I also have Best I Ever Had by Drake.
That's a really good one too.
Best I Ever Had by Drake.
Also cheeky.
It's a little cheeky.
Yeah.
Love Come Down by Evelyn King.
Okay.
Each Day Gets Better by John Legend if you want to slow it down a little bit. I have Crazy in Love by Beyonce and Jay-Z, which I feel like could be insane.
I would have that on my list too.
Yes.
Yeah.
You could walk in like Beyonce and Jay-Z, just like a really strong walk into the wedding. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I can just picture
So
it.
fun fact about that song, when I was in high school, I was in a fashion show and that was my song that I walked to. And I did this move where I had my hair up and then I like twirled and let my hair down. So I wish I could find the video of it to show you.
Oh my gosh.
So good and so on brand for me.
I don't know if I want to see that video.
It's so funny. I was such a drama queen.
Oh.
And yeah, so whenever I think of that song, I think back to high school and I'm just like strutting my stuff on the catwalk at this like Catholic fashion show.
Oh my gosh. When I think about that song, if you play that song as your entrance song, you need to step on the ground as if you are pushing your shoe through the floor.
Oh, absolutely.
You need to stomp. It needs to be a whole thing. You have to have so much attitude with that song, and you better break into the whole thing she does.
Yep.
You know? I just feel like that'd be such a good
I want to
entrance
see
song.
you strut.
I need to see you strut. And you know what? Your fiance, I need to see them strut as well. You both need to strut.
That's such a
into that
fantastic. That's what song I want to use for mine now.
Yes, I think it would be absolutely insane.
Yeah, I agree.
But if you really want to know, what Imani's walking into, it's going to be Let's Get Married remix, Jagged Edge.
Yeah.
So just if you want to know,
so good. I can't believe that's the only song we've sung so far.
Imagine me reading the lyrics of that song. I'm like, allow me to read the lyrics to you. Meet me at the altar.
Okay, what else we got? Let's see. That's all I got.
That's all you have?
Yeah.
Okay, so I do have a mother-son list that I would like to also talk about. So, and I'll do it pretty quick here. I just have Dear Mama #1 by Tupac, which I think is a great song. And I've seen people dance to that with their sons. Yeah. Mother and son dances with that. And I think it works. I have A Song for Mama by Boys to Men. A classic. An absolute classic. Stand By Me by Benny King. My Wish, Rascal Flatts.
Another country song.
Okay. I do enjoy Rascal Flatts.
I mean, it sounds like you enjoy country music.
I like Rascal Flatts. Don't get crazy. All I have is Rascal Flatts and Darius Rucker.
I got you.
And then I have Never Would Have Made It by Tiana Taylor. I think I said that one for father-daughter too. But I think it could be universal.
Oh,
and
definitely.
I think it's a really cute song for those dances. She wrote the song about her daughter, which I think is so beautiful.
Yeah.
So she wrote the song about her daughter, but it's like fun. It's a good song. So that's what I have for Mother Son Dance. And I think with that.
So just to wrap up our wedding music conversation, what do you prefer, a DJ or live music?
Oh yes, I was actually thinking about this earlier because of all your jazz selections. I do know your answer. I prefer a DJ just because I am so into R&B and hip hop, and I just like, is my live band gonna rap Drake, or what do you think?
I mean, if you get a Drake impersonator, probably. I mean, you can get just about anything these days.
I can't do Drake impersonator because it's going to be really hard for me. I'm going to need to hear the real thing.
Amani, just hire Drake.
Well, Drake's going to be the one marrying me, so I don't know.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
that's right.
I don't know.
You know, he's going to be like having fun.
He's going to be occupied.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
He's like, hold on 1 second. I have to go do this song. Fast.
Well, then you'll just get all of his best friends to come perform. Easy.
Yeah, but I just don't, I don't know. Like, do I want Lil Wayne at the wedding rapping, or I think it's going to be too much.
I think that's a flex.
Sometimes
for sure.
they're
You're already
not
marrying Drake.
The flex was that I married Drake. After that,
if you marry Drake, though, you will have a pretty intense guest list.
My guest list will be a little heavy, so I just don't know. I might actually start selling tickets to my wedding, just as a little bit of a side hustle.
Yeah, there you go. Get married at the Staples Center.
Floor seats. VIP package.
Courtside to Amani's wedding.
The VIP package is you get to have a slice of cake, of our actual cake that we're cutting. You get to have a slice.
That's so good.
No, yeah. I don't know. I think I would do a DJ just because of all of that heavy. I wouldn't want to hear somebody try to do it. I would just want to hear it.
Yeah.
Like a good DJ though. Like I want him to mix it and stuff.
Oh, that'd be fun.
So it'd be a real vibe.
Yeah.
What about you?
Like I want like a huge 10 to 12 piece band. Like a full jazz ensemble, big horn selection, big horn energy.
Lots of horns. We'll take all the horns, please.
Yeah. No, I love a live band. I just think that the energy live music brings, I think it's a little bit different. But once again, you can't do that with R&B. So like with my choice of songs, it translates very well to live music. Whereas with hip hop and R&B, you can't really translate that to live unless you have the artist there. Mm-hmm. But no, I love the energy that a live band brings. I think it's so fun. I love hearing all the instrumentals, because it sounds different live, obviously, versus not. So yeah, I love a big band.
Yeah, the only way I think I would do live music is I would do one song by one particular artist, and I would have to have the artist themselves. So if I could hire John Legend to come, which he's done.
Amazing.
He does
it. Yeah.
Yes, he does it.
For the price of what, $500K?
Yeah, something around
easy.
there.
Well,
Something
if you're married
light.
Drake, he'll be able.
Yes, but
I'm sure they're buddies.
I do want I want LMA to come and sing my aisle song. If I don't end up going with Die With You, I will go with Easy by LMA.
Okay.
And I want her to come with a full choir and sing the song. And I've already started saving for that.
I love it so much.
I've started saving, and if not, I'll just use the savings for John Legend. It's fine.
There you go. I've always liked the idea of having a harpist for the aisle.
Oh, that's very elegant.
Yeah. I mean, Amani, have you met me?
I can see your wedding. It's giving me New York. It's giving me grand. It's giving me like
All the things.
all the things. So
All the things.
but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in again. Megan, where can people find you at?
Like my Instagram handle?
Where are you?
Where? All right, well, I'm living in the DMs, apparently. My Instagram is at Autry, Autrym, and you can find me working here at Mon Amie.
Yes.
So you can check me out. I'm sure I'm on the Instagram somewhere. And yeah.
Okay. And for us here at Mon Amie, everything is the same per usual. We are at Mon Amie Bridal Salon on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook. I think that's everything. And then, of course,
TikTok. Did you say TikTok?
Yeah, I said TikTok.
Oh, you did? I wasn't listening.
Yeah, we're big on the TikTok. Like and subscribe to our podcast here on Apple Podcasts, or rate and subscribe to our podcast here on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. We are here every Friday with something new. So until next Friday, we'll talk to you guys later.
Adios.